Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I filmed for you guys this look. It is more of a dramatic bronze smoky eye. I'm really feeling these colors that I used. I was really excited to film a more dramatic look. My past two looks are more natural. I really wanted to do something a little more out there, a little bit more of, you know, my style when I kind of go out, and I am so excited to have another video up, and I am just really happy to be doing what I really love to do. And remember to subscribe, thumbs up, follow me, like me, all that good stuff. If you are interested in seeing how I get this look, then please keep on watching. Thank you. I actually don't have my exact look planned. I know that I want to do some kind of a dramatic brown smoky eye, but I think it's better off that I kind of just do my thing and see where it goes. So let's go ahead and get started. For more dramatic looks where I'm using darker colors and there might be more fallout on the face, I do like to start with the eyes first. So the first thing I'm gonna do is prime my eyes. I'm gonna be using NYX Eye Shadow Base, and this is the white one. I'm gonna just be using my finger, applying it to the lid, and then just blending it out all the way up to my eyebrow. I do want to have a more dramatic edge to this look and kind of have that really winged out feel even from the shadow. So to make life a little bit easier, I'm going to be using plain old Scotch tape and applying it to the sides of my eyes so that way we get that straight edge. Applying it right from the corner of my eye to the end of my eyebrow. You can also achieve this look by just going back after your shadow with a concealer and like a flat brush and really making that straight line. But I prefer to do it before instead of, I find that later when I have to do that, it's adding more product that's really unnecessary. So I'm gonna be just using this tape from the corner of my eye and to the end of my brow. And then just making sure that they look nice and even. Palette that I'm going to be using is the Tartlette in Bloom. In my first video, I used the Tartlette palette, the first one, and that one only has matte shades, but this one has both shimmery and matte. So I think that I'm going to be using a little bit of both, so that's why this palette will be perfect for this look. So the first thing I'm going to be doing is just getting in my transition color. For a transition color, I'm going to be using the color Smarty Pants. That's this one right here. It's just a very light brown, and it'll help just blend everything together. So I'm going to go ahead and work that into my crease. I'm going to be taking Urban Decay eyeliner. I have just a little tiny bit left. I have a new one, but I want to finish this one before I start my new one. Why I'm using this one in particular is because it's really easy to blend out. We're using this liner not so much as a liner, but more of a part to our shadow. So I'm going to go ahead and apply that and then smoke it out, smudge it out a little bit on my lid. I'm being very messy with it. Not getting too close to the inner corner. We don't need to go there just yet. Next, I'm taking my MAC 217 brush. This is a great brush for packing on shadow and then blending it out. So I'm taking Firecracker, this metallic-y brown shadow, patting it on to my lid, and then blending it into the crease just a little bit. With my blending brush, I am just blending out the edge. I love how it's like super shimmery, but it's not so like over the top sparkly. It's like that perfect bronze shimmery color. I'm gonna go back in with Smarty Pants just a little bit, still with that blending brush, and just blending out the edge. I hate when this happens to my brushes, when the little hairs stick out. I'm taking the color Activist in the Tartlette in Bloom palette, and I am using this pretty much exactly where we first put that liner that we smudged, but now with the shadow, I'm just kind of lining my lash line. So now that we have that black shadow on, not blended just yet, I'm going back in with my MAC 217 brush. This is the brush that I use to apply the metallic shadow, and I'm staying just on my lid, not going too much into the crease, and I am just blending out nicely that black shadow that we applied. A flat brush and the color Flower Child, that is this color right here. It's just like a light brown. I'm applying that right to my brow bone and then just blending down into that transition color that we have. Going back in with my blending brush, I'm not adding any more products. I'm just blending out that harsh line that we have up here. While we still have the tape on, I'm gonna go ahead and make a winged liner. This tape will also help us make that winged liner, and then once we take it off, we can go back and fix favorite ever liquid liner. This is my NYX liquid liner. And with the tape, it's sometimes really hard to tell like what the wing exactly looks like, how long it is, because it's just really hard. You know, you can't really see anything until you fully take off the tape. So I'm just doing the best that I can from what I can tell. And then once I take off the tape, I can go back and fix anything that I need to. I'm just holding down my skin so the tape doesn't pull it down too much. Exactly why I like to start with the eyes first before starting the face when working with shimmery or dark colors, because there is a lot of fallout. So I'm just going in and just wiping away anything. For primer, I'm using the Tarte Clean Slate Poreless Primer. I find that this really does fill in my pores. However, I only use it in those areas. I don't use it all over my face. So I'm just applying this to where I really need it most, which is right over here, a little bit on my chin. And because I have a little left over, I'll just put some right over here. We never want to waste product. For foundation, I will be using this Stila Stay All Day foundation in the shade Medium. I love this foundation. I love the packaging in it. So when you're ready to use it, you just push up on this top portion. I will show you right here. So I'm pushing and the product does come up right on top. And this is also perfect for a dramatic look because you're more likely going out at night. The no SPF in here is great for taking pictures, because when you have SPF, you might get some flashback in your foundation when you take pictures. So with this one, I love it, and I do believe that it stays on all night. It is also very buildable. So I'll go ahead and start with that. Before I go in and blend out with my beauty blender, I do want to go in with my flat foundation brush. And because we made that really sharp edge, we don't want that edge to go away. And the beauty blender just can't get that close to those edges without, you know, diffusing that line. So I'm just going in with this and a little bit of that foundation and just kind of just getting the foundation right next to that edge of the shadow, so when we go in with the beauty blender, we don't mess up that line that we just made. So going in with my damp beauty blender and my Stila foundation, I am taking my beauty blender and just dabbing it right in, and you get that like perfect circle. Then I can just go apply it everywhere and then blend it in. I know the color looks a little bit off right now, but this foundation does oxidize a little bit on your skin. So you'll see it kind of turn and blend into my perfect skin color. I don't mind that it does that normally, like you would, you know, you kind of don't want a foundation to oxidize, but I feel like it like takes the exact like undertone of my skin that I need, so it like blends really perfectly. And plus my face is a little bit paler than my body, so it is, you know, gonna blend in quite nicely. And this foundation is great to like build up. So if you have like any areas that just need a little more covering, you can just put a little bit more foundation right on top of it and just, you know, tap it on, and that way you get more coverage on it. I love using a beauty blender because I do love full coverage, especially when I'm going out or doing a dramatic look. So when you tap products in, it builds up the products, it layers the products. When you use a brush and keep rubbing it, you're moving the products around instead of being able to continue layering it. So that's why I always use a beauty blender for foundation. And obviously this right here had to like pop up right before this tutorial. So I'm just taking a little bit more of the product and tapping it on to cover. Now for concealer, I'm using the Naked Skin by Urban Decay in the color Medium Light Neutral. I love this concealer. I find that it gives a lot of coverage. However, it's super like lightweight. You don't feel like, you know, you're adding so many layers to the skin. I don't know, and I just like really like how it blends out, and I don't find that it like creases into any lines or pores. This part is completely optional, but I like to contour my nose when I'm going out. I find that I just like to have, you know, a little more of a slimmer shape. So I'm gonna contour my nose with the LA Girl Pro Concealer. This is in the shade Beautiful Bronze. I like to use a cream contour for my nose. For my face, I always prefer powder, even though sometimes I do both, but for the nose, I do prefer to just use cream. I find it looks more natural. So I'm just gonna make 2 lines on my nose, very narrow. Trying not to use too much of the product. And then I'm just gonna be taking my fingers, blending that out, blending it down. I'm gonna go back with my Naked Concealer and just put a little bit right in the bridge of my nose so it blends in and my nose doesn't look so dark. Next is my Laura Mercier translucent powder. I'm gonna be baking it on my face just a little bit in certain areas where I get super oily, and I'm using that with my damp beauty blender. I'm gonna apply a little bit under my eyes to set that concealer. I get very oily in the middle of my forehead. We're gonna move on to the brows. First, I am using Precisely My Brow Pencil by Benefit. I love this one. It's in shade 4, and it has a little spoolie on the end, so I am brushing out my brows first. Now going in with my Anastasia Brow Duo in the shade Dark Brown with my angled brow brush. And I'm using the lighter color in the front of my brow and the darker color towards the end of my brow. Since this is a dramatic look, it would not be complete without some lashes. These are probably my favorite lashes ever. These are the Ardell Glamour 122s. I find that these lashes can be both really dramatic or really natural looking. So I use these lashes for pretty much like everything. Of course, I have more dramatic lashes that I like to use, you know, depending on the look, but these are always my go-to. I'm obsessed with these. So yeah, we'll go ahead and apply them. I'm just letting the glue dry, get a little bit tacky before I go ahead and try to put them on. I'm gonna go back in with my NYX liquid liner and just draw on top of the lashes, right on my lash line to just disguise where the lashes are. Tartlette in Bloom with a thin brush, and I'm applying my transition color Smarty Pants. Color Firecracker, then applying that just to the center of my lower lash line. My favorite L'Oreal Telescopic Mascara. I'm going to go ahead and apply that to my tops and my lower. Now to contour and bronze up my face, I am using my favorite, I'll be using this in probably every video, my Too Faced Chocolate Bronzer in Medium Deep, and I'm applying that with my NARS Eater brush. This is a super nice brush to contour with and also blend out with. It is more of a dense brush, and the shape of it is super easy to sculpt out the face. So I'm going to be applying that right under the cheekbone, when making a fishy face. And kind of applying that line so to see exactly where I want my contour to begin. And then without adding any more product onto the brush, I'm going to be blending it out. And before we add highlight, I do want to set my skin with the Badescu, I just call it rose water spray, because if you spray it over the highlight, it really diminishes the highlight. So we're going to set our skin beforehand. I wanted a more gold tone in my highlighter. I'm using the Anastasia So Hollywood Illuminator. With a very thin brush, I'm using that highlighter on the bridge of my nose and my Cupid's bow. Now onto the lips, I'm using MAC Lip Liner in Soar. I do want to have that nude lip, but I want a touch of pink since we didn't add any blush and my eyes are super bronze. So this will give us just a little touch of pink, but still keeping it very nude. And then putting right in the middle of my lips, I will be applying the Melted Chocolate. This is their metallic collection, and it's in the shade Chocolate Diamonds, and that's gonna go just in the center of my lips for a little extra shine. So this is the final look. I hope you guys really enjoyed watching this tutorial. Remember to like, subscribe, and follow me at Beauty by Rafaela on Instagram. Snapchat is rmaller, and Beauty by Rafaela on Facebook. So thank you guys so much for watching. I'm so excited to be doing these videos, and I really hope to see you in my next one. So thank you again so much, and yeah, see you next time.